Hi guys, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 30 of the UK Cowboys TV show. I am your host, Lauren, and tonight I am joined by my fellow UK Cowboys co-founder and president, Mr. Jamie Smith. Hello, Jamie.
Evening.
And we're also joined by the fabulous Ivan Rockenbach. Ivan is admin on our Facebook page and probably one of the first, actually, in the Facebook group, certainly, of the UK Cowboys and the long flag bearer of the Jaeger train.
Something like that,
yeah. So cool. Yeah, it's good to have you with us tonight, Ivan.
Thank you.
You've certainly ridden the Cowboys train for a long time, so you've been through 20 years of nothing, but also good times.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're on our way back. Not too much newsworthy for the team this week. There's some good quotes from Zeke. He was asked about his underperformance by the media, and he said he couldn't care less about his yards if we're getting a win as a team, which I think that's certainly how I feel. Don't know about you guys. He seems to be saying the right things. I've got no issue. I don't know. Me and Jamie were obviously on last week and we spoke about Zeke. I don't know your thoughts on his performance this year, Ivan.
People are saying that he's lost a step, a bit slower, but I don't. On the catch of that screen pass, I didn't see any flag down or anything there. I just think the running game's just not been in sync the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's such a big help having Pollard last week. I mean, beggars belief why we've taken so long to bring him back into the game. I guess the other newsy piece is Connor Williams looks like, surprisingly, he may well play this weekend. Obviously, he had the knee surgery or a little scope in there. He's been training this week. Pretty good news on the health front for us. Coop, Heath and Tank were full pass participants yesterday. Collins was the only one who didn't participate. Zach Martin, Connor Williams and Antoine Woods were limited, but it sounds like they'll probably be good to go. And although Lyell didn't participate, I think he's been like that quite a few weeks, hasn't he, this season? So fingers crossed. He's good. The Pats, however, are a little bit dinged up. Certainly their wide receiver corps, Fawcett and Sanu. Edelman was limited yesterday. I think you had a look at them, Ivan, didn't you? Is it Sanu that's likely to be out? Or?
Yeah, there's reports today that Sanu's out for a couple of weeks. So
okay. Well,
wait to see if that's confirmed or not.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think they're okay. It was really their wide receivers that were looking hurt. And another perhaps worthwhile mentioning, Amari Cooper's agent has changed agencies this week, and apparently that's been brewing for a little while, so that could perhaps point to why we've had no movement on the Cooper signing his contract deal. So that's quite an interesting piece. Could play into it. I mean, he's playing his way up contract-wise, isn't he, this season? So, Dallas Cowboys in Boston to play the Patriots. The 9-1 Patriots. Against 6-4 Cowboys. The Cowboys who have played, 3 teams with winning records so far this season and lost them all. The one good thing is the Pats being in the division they're in. I think they've only played 2 teams with winning records. That was the Bills and the Ravens, and obviously they lost to the Ravens. So let's start with you, Jamie. How are you feeling going into this? What's your thoughts facing New England?
When the schedule come out, I had this pinned for a loss, and it's probably. I know there's always this debate about Tom Brady, but for me personally, he's the greatest quarterback so far to play this game. So it doesn't matter if he's got Edelman at wide receiver or if he's got Mr. Bean, he's going to find him. So yeah, as much as I don't like to bet against the Cowboys, I've got a feeling this week it's going to be a loss this week. I think we'll play well, but I just think Brady's just too good.
Yeah. What about you, Ivan?
Well, everyone says about Dallas not beating a winning team. the Pats have only beaten one, Buffalo.
Yep.
And the combined record of the teams they've beaten is 32-58. Yes, their defense is very good, but as Lamar Jackson showed, how good are they?
Yep.
With lots of weapons, and I think this week is the time for Kellen Moore to go Boise State on him and use everyone. Odawale, Lee, and Schultz. Only way you're going to keep Mr. Belichick
in check.
Yeah.
It was interesting this week. Brian, one of our analysts on here, he hopped onto the Pats UK podcast, and interestingly, they're concerned about playing us this week. They do think that the Cowboys will lose, obviously, but they're concerned against facing Zeke, and also they were really impressed last week with what we got out of Pollard, and they're scared because their run defense is pretty shoddy, and that's coming from us as Cowboys fans. I did write down this stat. In the last 3 games, they're allowing 150 rushing yards per game. We're allowing 125. So we're both pretty weak in that department. And they rounded off with, we need to pay Dak and Coop. But yeah, we ride that train too. So yeah, what's it going to be? Is it a case of how are we going to win this? Passing game? Run game? Everything game?
I think if we, like I say, we can get Zeke tramping. I know he's had a couple of quiet weeks, but I suppose that's expected in it during the season. He's not going to be at that high level every week. And like you say, we can keep Pollard in there. I think this run game's going to potentially run all over him. And like I say, I mentioned it earlier, we can keep Brady quiet or relatively quiet. And I think Dak's going to get them receivers involved as well. So it's going to be an interesting shootout.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Cowboys are number 1 in passing offense, and the Pats are number 2 in passing defense. Probably the standout for me is, you only have to look at the statistics to see are the difference in turnovers, which, as Cowboys fans, I can't remember. I've probably followed them, maybe 8 years now, and it feels like it's been an issue for that whole time. We haven't got a ball hawk. We don't get the picks. We're not turning the ball over enough. Whereas the Pats, they've got 19 interceptions this year.
That's crazy.
I think they must. I don't know the numbers, but I'm guessing they've got players that have more interceptions than our entire team.
I think I had a quick look, and interception-wise, Devin McCourty with 5, and then I think they've got a couple of on 3. I think Jamie Collins, the linebacker's got 3. So
yeah. Otherwise they've got 37 sacks. We've got 26. Not too different. 72 quarterback hits for them to our 61. But again, they've got 4 defensive touchdowns. We've got 1. And I don't know where we are, but I believe we're like bottom 5 in the turnover department.
Yeah. So, it shows that they rely on that quarterback a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The stats.
Well, certainly it feels like they're more reliant on their defense this year than what perhaps they've been. I think Brady said something similar this week. It doesn't feel like he's winning games. I don't know if either of you seen any of them.
I've not watched much. One of my mates is a Patriots fan, and he's not really raved about Brady as much as he normally does this year. So he must be having a quiet year if a Patriots fan's not shouting from the rooftops about Brady. This Brady, that is it.
I think maybe they've struggled a bit more without Gronk than anticipated.
Yeah, one of the rumours again that he could be coming back this year?
There was, but he's having a party instead. That was what came out this week.
Oh, it was one of the Laker girls this week, wasn't he, as well? He turned up in the Lakers girls' uniform.
So who's our... okay, let's start with the Pats defense as we're looking at them. Who's your key men this week? Who's the one to watch on the Pats defense?
And I'll let you go first, pal, on this one.
Well, the obvious one is Stephen Gilmore. He'll obviously they normally follow the wide receiver, so I assume he'll follow Cooper everywhere. And he doesn't give up a lot.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be that part of the game plan for them to shut Cooper down and see if Gallup and Cobb can step up like last week and not like the Jets game.
Yeah, I think that was key, wasn't it, last week? I mean, even though Cooper was obviously hurt, getting him out there meant, it kept it open for Cobb and Gallup. I'm desperate for Gallup to have a couple of touchdowns in a game. He just seems on the cusp, doesn't he? But not quite there yet. What about you, Jamie? Who's your man?
I think, to be fair, I think too. I mentioned him earlier. McCourty and Collins, we say that they seem to have been a little bit disruptive this year, so I think those could be the standout guys for them. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see that. Is it Danny Shelton they got from the Browns, didn't they? Massive nose tackle, I think he's like 300 plus pounds. So probably exactly the kind of player we've wanted for ages.
Yeah.
Having him in the middle, if he's going to do anything to shut down Zeke or not. Let's flip it over then. Pat's offense. Who are we looking at?
I'm going to go with Isaiah Wynn.
Oh, a different one. Nice.
Just because it's his first game back, obviously a first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
Their offensive line has struggled. And so I think that's a lot of the reason why Brady struggled. And also, they've only averaged 3 yards per carry. Even despite their wins this year, they've still struggled with the run.
Yeah.
I know their fullback got injured as well. His name escapes me. But they have struggled with the run game. So Isaiah Wynn will be one to watch for me.
Yeah, good one, yeah. What about you, Jay?
I like Ivans. It's a good one. It's the one that you won't probably think somebody would pick up. But I'm probably going to go just for that Brady, just for the facts. I know I harp on about him, but he's one of them. Rodgers has done it to us in the past. Peyton Manning's done it in the past. If you leave too much time on the clock, he's going to punish you. So I think if we can, he's going to be the one unless we can kind of neutralise him, or don't give him a small window to play with. So I don't know, like I say, maybe a 3-4 point lead with 1:12 to go, because he's just going to drive that ball down. So if we can get a good lead going into the fourth quarter, and then kind of ruffle him up a little bit.
I think I'm a bit concerned over. It seems that we allow those kind of dink and dunk plays, but then they seem to if we overshoot the tackle or something, then it turns into like 10-15 yard game. That's probably my concern this week. Brady's not throwing those big average yard numbers that he has done before. Edelman in the slot. They haven't got amazing wide receivers now, but they've got good receivers, receiving running backs as well. So it's just going to be those short plays. We've just got to hit on those tackles. I mean, our tackling's been shoddy this year. Probably, I think we say it every year, but this year it just feels worse than normal. Obviously, we're getting Heath back. I know he's not everyone's favourite, but he can deliver a big hit. Maybe he can make a difference. What about the Cowboys then? Let's start with the Cowboys offense. Where's our victory? Where's our best chance of victory coming from on our own?
I think, again, it goes back to Gallup and Cobb. Them two have got to make plays. Again, going back to the Jets game, when Cooper was out, they didn't make the plays. I'm assuming, like I said, Gilmore would look after Cooper, and they'll try and stop that. And then it's up to Gallup, Cobb. Especially Cobb, they had lots of drops. You can't drop them balls against the Patriots. So I think that's going to be the key to keep the chains moving.
Yeah, definitely. Jamie?
I'm going to go with Dak. I know last couple of weeks I've gone with Zeke, but I just think he's like I say, he's made that step with, and not that he's not made it before, but he kind of, when Zeke struggled the last few weeks, he's picked off the perfect passes, and you could probably argue the last 2 weeks have been his best 2 games in the Cowboys uniform. Coming up against, another offense that, that can score some points. So it'd be good to see, like you say, when he gets into that crunch situation. People are going to see the real Dak here, and hopefully, I tweeted out the other day because he got Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah.
He still doesn't get the recognition, and I just think, I think another week like that, and I think people are going to have to start eating the words. And I mean, well, there's a few of us that know how good he is, but for some reason, some people still don't give him the credit, and I think it's a lot of crap, really. I mean, he's an absolutely quality quarterback, and his play since he joined the team really shown it. Perfect game for him this week.
Well, the Cowboys have told him to go out and play for his contract, and he's certainly doing that, hasn't he? So it's going to be costing Jerry a few more mil at this rate. What about on the defense then? It's probably where the game lies. It's going to be the Cowboys' defense, effectively. Isn't it?
Really does. I think Malik Collins, obviously, Brady is not an Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to scramble.
Yep.
So we got to get some push in the middle. Keep him so he can't step up in the pocket. He'll just tear us apart if he does that.
Yeah, definitely.
And that also goes to the run game with inside with Collins. We've got to stop the run.
Yeah. Collins seems to be doing more in the affecting the pass game more than he does the run game, which not really what we want.
No.
What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I'm going to go across that defensive line. Like I would say, if you can collapse the pocket and stop the run, and don't give Brady enough time, that's probably where the key is. Like I say, people like DeMarcus Lawrence and Quinn, I think they could have a field day this week. Like I say, he's not a mobile quarterback, so we could see some big numbers from the front line this week.
Bit of a revenge game for Bennett, maybe. I mean, he's come out this week and said it's all business, but that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he'd like to put Brady on the ground once or twice.
A nice fumble return to win the game.
Oh, that'll do. We'll take it. Certainly the Pats offense, the last couple of games that haven't been putting up huge numbers. They're averaging just 2 touchdowns a game. We're averaging just shy of 3. So, swings and roundabouts. But yeah, I think it's going to be the Cowboys defense to win or lose, really, I think, this game. Let's have our hot take. What's our predictions for this weekend's game? Can be a score, can be a player to have a pick, or it can be anything you wish. Jamie, you're the experienced one at this. Let's start off with you. You were correct last week with your Maher 100% record.
Do you know? I hope he keeps going. I hope he's fine. I hope he's been listening to these podcasts and where we've been giving him a lot of stick. And he's like, you know what? I've got to step up. But I think I'm going to go with the secondary to get 3 picks and one of them to be returned for an interception for a touchdown.
What, our secondary?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that is a hot take.
I think that pizza must have had some Jaeger in it.
Wow, yeah, that's a big call. Anyone in particular that's gonna get the pick? I mean, our safeties were crap, weren't they, last week?
Yeah, I think this is one of them. Like you say, you mentioned Heath earlier. This is one of them games where he could just spring up, like saying, put a massive hit on somebody's half. Definitely, I'll put Heath in there just to please Brian as well because he want to think. But yeah, and then I think you can pick your poison from the rest. But I'll go with 3 and 1 for a touchdown.
Come on then, Ivan, hit us with it.
Okay, I'll go Jalen Smith, strip, sack, fumble, return for touchdown.
Oh, love it.
Yes.
I would take that all day long. I'm going to go for a Cowboys victory. Maher to win it with a 60-odd yard field goal. Whatever. We'll take it. Anything. It'll be Maher to win the game. Because I just think it would be so Dallas. We'll probably go and win against the Pats and then lose to Buffalo 7-3, something like that.
I was on about it to one of the lads at work today. We do the last man standing pick'em, and I was going to go for the Patriots. I'd already picked them, and it was literally just the fact. And he asked me why, and I said if it would have been in Dallas, I would have been Cowboys all over this, but I think it's just because it's in Boston where
Yeah.
it might slip up. But I say, of course, I want us to win, but I think it's just like you said, it's one of them, innit, where you go into a team like that's backyard, and that's where this team sometimes comes alive and puts in a one heck of a performance.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's going to be, a tense-old affair, and obviously it's a short week for us with the Thanksgiving game next week. What time is this game? I haven't even checked.
9:25, I think, next 2
Oh,
hours.
9:25, so not too bad. So we're going to have a double podcast next week. It'll be myself and Mike with two of the guys sitting down, going over the Pats game and also looking towards the Bills game. We've got a quick turnaround. Might get some turkey out. You never know. Have a beer. So make sure you all join us then. We are UK Cowboys fans. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I think that's it. There might be other places. Just Google us. You will find us. We are everywhere. Tell your friends. We are the #1 UK fan group in the whole of the UK, obviously. So tell your friends. And thank you for joining me, guys. And let's go Cowboys.
Yeah, let's go Cowboys.